Hello love. Got another review coming up. This time around it's another one from Australia. If you've been checking through my channel recently, and you really should be, because if you haven't, you really should anyway, you will know that I've recently done an Australian beer called, well, lager, called Castlemaine Forex. And Castlemaine Forex is from the Australian state of Queensland. Queensland has a great rival, the state of origin rival, if you're a rugby league fan like myself, called New South Wales. New South Wales's premier beer stroke lager is Toohey's, and this one is Toohey's New. A 4.6% alcohol volume, 375ml bottle with no additives or preservatives. So basically Toohey's and Forex are kind of like state of origin rivals, you know. New South Wales versus Queensland. Yeah, and all I can say is after trying Forex, Toohey's New doesn't have much of a job on its hands to beat Forex, because I'd done the Forex and it was a bit shit. It was a bit wank. It was quite wank actually. It wasn't even like a good wank. It was one of those sort of like wanks where you can't get fully hard and you're just sort of pulling it to pass the time away. You know what I mean? You ever done that before? I'm sure you all have. You know, like it's like, you know, there's nothing on the telly and you can't think of any like good songs to listen to on YouTube or good documentaries to watch, and Netflix, you can't be arsed with that neither. So you just think, you know, may as well just, and then just as it like sort of, you know, you sort of get to the vinegar strokes, you know, the part, even that doesn't feel that good, because you sort of, your mind wanders and you start reminding yourself that your council tax is overdue, so you're basically just like squirting semen out your dick and you're just sitting there like, well, that was a fun 5 minutes. That's basically what the Forex experience was like for me. Nothing special at all. So yeah, the state of origin derby may have already been won by Toohey's without me even opening up the bottle. Nonetheless, let me tell you a bit more about it. It's 99% sugar free and it's best enjoyed in a chilled glass, which makes sense because, you know, Australia is basically a prison island hidden in the summer for 1,000,000 years, as Icehouse would say in their famous song Great Southern Land. So a nice cold chilled beer makes a lot of sense in a place like that. Funny thing is, I actually read a news report a couple of weeks ago about Australia. Apparently they have one of the highest rates of sunbed users on earth, which makes no fucking sense. It's a fucking desert surrounded by a fuck ton of beaches. Why would you need to use a sunbed? Just go for a walk down your street, you'll tan in about 5 minutes. It's not like you live in fucking Hartlepool or anything. You live in fucking Gold Coast or wherever the fuck. You know, sunbeds makes no fucking sense. But yeah, back to the review. It's a classic, easy drinking Australian lager. The smooth malt character of Toohey's New is perfectly balanced with a light hop aroma. That's nice. And apparently there's a screw top to this. It doesn't require a bottle opener, so I've heard. So it's I was right. I just popped it off. Oh, and yeah, for those who like bottle tops, this one's for you. If you can see that, which I hope you can, it says JT and J Toohey, established 1869, Toohey Brothers, twist off only. So yeah, here we go. Oh, hang on, there's an underside thing. It's got a Q&A. Who was the first Australian golfer to win the US Masters? I'll give you 5 seconds to answer this one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you get it? Did you get it? Well, if you did, then you would know that that person is Adam Scott. The first ever Australian golfer to win the US Masters. Adam Scott. Adam, good on you, mate. You've done well. So yeah, let's get this out the bottle and into the glass provided. Nearly filled up Zach Dingle, even though it's only like a smaller bottle, which I thought was a small bottle. It's almost a pint. So yeah, nice little fingered head there. Carbonation just above moderation, actually. You know, I wouldn't say it was domination to the point where it's actually like giving you a seizure. It's all these constant array of bubbles just rising up from base to top. No, this is just, yeah, it just looks alright. And it's a golden colour, which is fine. You know, kind of like the sand in Australia. I've never been to Australia, so I don't know. But yeah, I know what it looks like. Let's have a sniff. Sniffity wiffity. You know, okay. Biscuity and slightly spicy. Yeah. Have you ever smelt a Singapore vermicelli from a distance? That's what it kind of smells like. That with a little bit of biscuit on it. So basically, a really watered down Singapore vermicelli on top of a Jacob's cream cracker. So that's what it smells like. But we know what it smells like. But that's not the interesting part, is it? The interesting part is the taste, isn't it? Now, will it be Toohey's new, or will it be Toohey's rhyme and slang for poo? There's only one way to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, bottoms up and up your bottoms. Here we go. Yeah, quite a tangy, malty, peppery taste throughout. The aftertaste was basically the same as the normal taste. Mouthfeel was okay. It wasn't brilliant, but it was okay. You know, this is a. Yeah, again. This isn't the yeah, it's not too bad, this, actually. You know what I mean? With the Forex that I had yesterday, I think it was yesterday, something like that, I just put it in my mouth and I didn't even know I was drinking it, because it was just that, there was just nothing to it. It was just bland as fuck. There was just so much blandness there that that's not coming. No, I just didn't even know that I was drinking anything. That's why it didn't come out. It must have come out the other end. But yeah, it was quite bland. It was a bit sort of shit. I mean, it didn't take much beating for New South Wales to win this state of origin derby tonight, because Forex didn't exactly put up a fight. You know, Queensland, you need to sort it out. You really do. But New South Wales are doing okay thus far. But yeah, this is it is basically what it says it's in. It is a smooth malt flavour. You know, is there a bouncy light hop aroma? You know, there or thereabouts. But yeah, I mean, I've had way worse. Again, if I ever find myself in Australia, you know, like, I'm just gonna sort of, I'd turn my nose up at Forex and I'd have this, because it's alright. You know, there we go. I'll open this one up. I'll do another Q&A, since you've obviously enjoyed the first one. I know you just did, because it was boss. Okay, this next question is probably also about Australia. Actually, it's not. It's got nothing to do with Australia. In what cities does the Tour de France cycle race finish? I'll give you 5 more seconds to answer that. Please don't say anywhere in Australia. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you get that? Yeah. The answer is Melbourne. No, I'm joking. It's Paris. No. Paris in France, which makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, imagine having a Tour de France finish in like Melbourne or somewhere else. Yeah. I know we've had Tour de France locations take place outside of France. We had one in London a while ago. I know there's been a couple in like Italy and maybe Spain and that. But yeah, it's mostly France. So yeah. All in all, I'd say I'd enjoy that. I would give this, a 7. You know, it's not brilliant. It's just a sort of common garden commercial style Australian beer. But it's not a shit one. It's something that, you know, you'd probably get in most places in Australia. And if you did, you wouldn't exactly be pissed off if you did. You know, unless you're one of these diehard Queenslanders who hates everything from New South Wales. But they're a very small minority, and let's be honest, if I was that bitter, I still wouldn't drink Forex. Not again. It's a bit crap. So yeah, all in all, 7 out of 10. Yeah, could be a lot worse. Not the worst. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this review, and it's just as much as I've enjoyed doing it, which has been fun. I have enjoyed it. There'll be more videos to come soon. A couple from New Zealand, like I can't remember. Oh, Victoria Bitter as well. I'll be doing that at some point. But in the meantime, I'm just going to savour this one, because I will savour this. I won't just pour it down and sing like I have in others. This is alright, I'll finish this one. And I hope you enjoy it just as much as I do when you try it. So, until then, I'm going to have to say good night. Signing out. Take care, everyone.